Aw man, it's not every day that you find a game that just sticks with you. First time in a long time for me. Growing up, I was absolutely obsessed with Rockstar Games and their earlier GTA entries, more specifically GTA 3. The dark and gloomy setting of Liberty City carried an odd charm, which leads me to Manhunt. I had only heard of Manhunt, and everyone who spoke of it claimed it was nothing but garbage. Up until recently, I knew absolutely nothing about the game. I hadn't even seen a single screenshot. Well, that all changed a few weeks ago. As some of you may know, I can be rather subpar at stealth. So when I looked into Manhunt, a predominantly stealth experience, I saw that as a challenge, and boy was it. It's time to be born again and get the murder train a-rolling. Hey, a bald guy! Are we about to add another dome to the gallery of badass bald dudes? I bet we are. This is James Earl Cash, and as you've probably gathered, he's in a bit of trouble. It's unclear how he got himself in this situation, but whatever he did led to a lethal injection. He unexpectedly wakes up in a dark abandoned room. Imagine just accepting that you're about to go to sleep permanently and you just wake up. Damn it! An unknown guy instructs us via intercom to calm down and put on an earpiece that he's left for us. I guess we do owe him since he did save our life. First things first, this game is not your friend. The dark and decrepit areas of Cursor City put off the most unwelcoming feeling. The stranger, who we'll call the director, wants us to pick up a plastic bag and kill this guy. While yes, the graphics may be dated, the kills are brutal as hell. Okay, before we continue, I want to explain some of the mechanics. There are 3 stages of execution. White is your sort of basic, yellow is kind of a moderate, and red is gruesome, and it's based on how long you hold the action button. Now the weapons. Green equals single use, blue equals multi-use but it creates less noise, and red equals multi-use but it makes a lot of noise. Moving on. The game teaches you about hiding in the shadows, which is very important, and hand-to-hand combat, which is highly discouraged. The combat is stiff and makes every fight have weight. You also learn about using noise to distract your enemies. Each scene has a different group of hunters. The first scene is run by the Hoods, a group of suspected off-duty police officers that are looking to make some extra cash. Oh, they'll get some cash alright. They're mostly disorganized and careless, hardly taking the situation seriously. They'll often wander around alone, making them easy targets. However, it doesn't make them weak. No sir. If 2 or more gang up on you, you're dead. Unless you manage to run away and hide. This game does a great job of making you feel just as vulnerable as the people you kill. You really need to have some patience during certain parts, which for me was a challenge in of itself. If you want to keep the hunters unaware, then hiding bodies should be the priority. This is the first of many times the director throws a bit of spice into these levels. In fact, he does it more than once in this level. After getting a crowbar and breaking the lock, I go in here and it's a setup.
Okay, this is what I like to call a setup. This guy will fight dirty, but once you're through with him, I'll open the next door. Hey!
Rounding off the Hoods, I sneak through some more abandoned buildings and get ganged up on. Then I come back from the dead and beat them to death. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. I'm gonna speed through some of the less eventful sections to conserve time, otherwise this may be a 3-hour long video, which I am not ready for. Once I get to the exit, a van pulls up and these militia guys abduct me and move me to another location. These guys are called the Cerberus, and we'll touch on them more later on in the game. For now, we have a whole new group of hunters to meet. Meet the Skinz. They're neo-Nazis, despicable human beings, so much so that even the director voices his disdain for them.
These Skins are boring me, dumbass supremacist bastards, always blaming others for their inadequacies.
Possessing the knowledge from the last few scenes, this was definitely easier. However, I would soon learn that the game will force you into combat, especially early on. And what's this? A nail gun? Now we're talking. I get to use it right away too, because a couple of fellas decide to come to the trailer. The first guy goes down, but the second guy runs away while saying a line from Gangsta's Paradise.
Though I walk in the shadow of the valley of death.
A big group of skins are waiting near the end of the level. I think now is a good time to bring this up. Each gang behaves differently. While the hoods were careless, the skins are just slightly more organized. It'll get much tougher as we go on, believe me. The first objective here is to kill everyone so that the director will open a gate. Then there's this guy, who is, watching what I can only describe as German doo-doo porn. Yeah, sorry, bud. You know, I think the director may have told these guys that I'm mixed, because they keep calling me a half-breed. Oh well, they won't be spouting that nonsense for much longer. I will say this, the following sections were just painful. First, I lugged this gas can all the way to a crane. Then I spent the better part of half an hour trying to figure out why I couldn't move in it. Then, after figuring it out, I caught a small break, that being dropping a refrigerator on some bitches. Then the pain continued. I failed. Eventually I made it through, but little did I know it wasn't over, because I had to do it again. Once it was all said and done, I run to the exit only to be abducted again by the Cerberus. The fuck? Surprise field trip, guys! We're going to the zoo! No more of those fat Nazi skins. Now we're going up against the War Dogs, a military-style group led by a guy named Ramirez. These guys are certainly more vigilant and tough to take down, though they do have their moments. They carry around machetes, in which even the most basic takedown is just... Jesus Christ, those panicked gasps for air, it's fucking unsettling. This part really puts my skills to the test. I had to pick my fights and kills wisely. These last two guys were especially a challenge. I couldn't get them to split up for nothing. I got lucky though. That'll be mine in just a moment. The tranquilizer rifle is useful under very specific conditions, so I hardly used it.
Probably.
Oh, you brought my family into this, you sick bastard? I may have been on death row, but to quote a fellow bald man, family, 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 family. Family. See, this is what I mean. The War Dogs just love to bunch up. It really makes some of these moments tense. According to the director, each time they spot me, they'll execute one of my family members.
Run as far away as you can. Trust no one. Now go! Don't stop until you're out of here.
Oh, you motherfuckers! My man just knows the drill at this point.
You just won't fucking die, will you?
I read somewhere that John Bernthal voiced one of these Cerberus guys. I think that's pretty fucking cool, considering he's the Punisher now.
So, how are we doing, Cash? Enjoying it so far? I've arranged a special screening. Just for you.
Really? Oh, I hope it's Deadpool and Wolverine. Don't worry, Ryan and Hugh, I'm coming. Allow me to introduce you to the innocents. The War Dogs are out and these sick fucks are in. Pedophiles and Mexican gang members banded together to hunt me down. They have guns too, and you cannot sneak around them. I have a screening to get to. Let's talk about the gunplay for a moment. It's very early GTA-like, which makes sense. I learned pretty quickly that I can use corners to my advantage.
Camera with the broken screen. I told those guys. No problem. There's a TV in a bar somewhere around here.
Okay, I have the tape and the camera, but it's broken. I guess I'll have to use the TV in the bar, which sounds like an upgrade to me.
Does nothing fucking work around here? You're gonna have to see if you can turn on the power in the basement.
Ugh, figures. Oh, fuck you.
You must understand, Cash. I could never let them go. Where were your family when you were facing your final moments in the chamber anyway? You've left your old life, your old self behind. I'm all the family you need now.
This is a rare time where Cash shows his emotions. While I can't really relate, I kind of feel bad here. One thing is for sure, the director just made my list. Yes! Oh, I love escort missions! Just kidding, they fucking suck! And this is certainly no exception. I have to bust this drunk old hobo out of a locked room and drag him through the streets all the way to a graveyard. There's a stipulation. He has to be with me to get through certain gates. Fun fact, the hobo was voiced by the gentleman who played Hector Salamanca in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Fortunately, I was able to arm myself and even get a gun. Somehow the hobo didn't get himself killed. On the other hand, I certainly got myself killed.
I'm gonna show you
James, heads up, Cash. You better rescue your new friend.
Now we have to get through a factory, thankfully without the hobo. The loading bay is my only way in, according to director Dickhead. Some innocents locked the gate though, so I sent them straight to hell and unlocked it again. That's not where the trouble ends. That would be too easy. Our only way to the second floor is down. So now we have to go into the basement and trip the circuit breaker. Just fucking wonderful. I gotta say, this part was pretty intense. The tight spaces paired with the number of innocents definitely put the pressure on. Even after killing them all and hitting the switch, I had this fear in the back of my head that even more were gonna come down and rush me. Though maybe I'm just a pussy. The rest of the scene was tense shootout after tense shootout. This has to be a high point in this game's gun sections. Just an absolute fucking bloodbath. Then all the power I had felt was instantly taken away when those damn Cerberus come and take me away at gunpoint. Hey look, it's where we died. Kind of. Only now it's been overrun by a bunch of clinically insane people. A gang called the Smileys. One of them is actually voiced by Mr. Hattrick's voice actor from Bully. Nice work, Rockstar. The director wants me to kill the Smiley patrolling the tower and take his body to the guard room. As much as I fucking hate you, I'll do it. Poor guy. He certainly was a good distraction. Killing my way through this little courtyard led me into the greenhouse area, where I had quite a difficult time. Following it was the guard tower, which they had bricked themselves into. That's some insane masonry right there. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Getting the body to the guard room wasn't hard, or even far for that matter. Now, despite the fact that you lose your weapons with each level anyways, the director telling you to drop them here gives me kind of a bad feeling. I wonder what's next. Now he's cranked up the challenge a bit more, making us get certain levels of executions with certain weapons in order to progress. First, it's a hammer. Then a baseball bat.
Head over to the end of the cell block. I got a surprise for you.
A surprise? What do you think it is, guys? Is it A, free? It's more Smileys. Apparently, I need to get my funky ass to the shower block. Awesome! Another high kill count gunfight. Now I have a pump action shotgun instead of the double barrel. And much like the Remington and BO2 multiplayer, this weapon became my best friend rather quickly.
Don't worry, I've got plenty more Wonderland fun lined up for you.
Follow the white rabbit, he says, and I do so very calmly. Ambush after ambush, I mulched the fuckers with my new trusty friend. The director made one fatal mistake. He believed this would be my end. I'm a bald man with a gun and the intention of gaining my freedom. Someone's dying tonight, and it's not me. Dumbass even thinks that the Cerberus can stop me. Wrong again. I have the high ground, and a sniper. Some heads get popped, and despite the gruesome sight of their heads literally popping, it's kinda satisfying. Gotta go, boys!
You let Cash slip his leash. Bring him to heel.
Oh, I haven't forgotten about you, big boy. The war dogs are back, and dumber than ever, because instead of killing me when they had the chance, they let me run away so they can play a sick game of hide and seek. I'm sure that'll be fun. Ramirez has posted up inside an apartment building, and we gotta get up in there and kill him. It wasn't easy. I suffered a couple of deaths, but I eventually get inside and chase him down outside before putting him down for good. Say goodnight, bitch. Now we have a name for the voice.
Starkweather's operation for months.
Who's Starkweather?
The guy that's been talking you through this whole circus of death?
Starkweather. Next on our to-do list is to go with this reporter back to her apartment and retrieve some documents that can bring him down. Great! Another escort mission. No gangs this time. Instead, now it's the Carcer City Police Department who are being paid off by Starkweather.
Shut up and get some of your boys to take care of it. Don't file the arrest report. Don't kill him either. Send both to me.
Hey, remember who you're talking to, you son.
Listen, you fuck. It's your job to clean up this city's mess. That's what you get paid for.
This man has the whole damn city in the palm of his hand, doesn't he? Oh well, these fucks are no different. This area was tough, and mostly due to its big wide open space. It left me no choice but to shoot my way through it. It's the same case for the reporter's apartment. It's here where Cash confirms that Starkweather is top priority.
Good. Take it and get out of town.
But you're not coming with me?
I'm going to deal with Starkweather personally. Thank him for my second chance. You're my backup if I don't make it. Have a nice life.
There are just a few more hurdles before we can deal with him first. Like this part, where if you kill the sniper, his buddies will rush the area if he doesn't respond to their radio call. While this was fun and tense, the following scene would bring me nothing short of anger and misery.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck your ass!
Fuck this scene. Just fuck it. This scene alone single-handedly caused me more deaths than every scene before and after combined. Now we're going up against the SWAT team who are equipped with shotguns with flashlights, so hiding isn't an option, and SMGs that have the fire rate of a Vulcan minigun. You run from station to station via the tracks. Moving on. Oh shit. That thing got out of its bindings. Surely I'm not gonna have to fight it later. Until then, I'm stuck in a train yard with the cops looking for me. And by this point, I just wanted this part of the game to be over. So I gunned my way to the end.
Put your fucking hands up! Shoot that cop killer son of a bitch!
What the fuck is this?
Little did they know, they just did me a big favor. It looks like the reporter sent in those documents.
At this point, it is unclear as to whether or not he will ever be allowed to direct again.
Oh, he definitely will not be directing again after tonight. Cash is almost killed when that pig guy shows up, and he's, freeballing it. Look at the carnage he's left behind. It's not looking good for me. The Cerberus have the area on lockdown, so the slightest wrong move could get you killed. I mean, look at me. I died a lot here. Maybe not as much as wrong side of the tracks, but still a good amount, even with a Deagle and the M4 in my arsenal. Aside from the war dogs, the Cerberus are the toughest enemies. They fire at your last known location and are quick to follow any sounds that you make. They aren't bulletproof though. I'm here, you snuff-selling psycho! This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is our final destination, and we've got some work to do. But we've got to be careful, because dipshit has security cameras and plenty of Cerberus, including the captain who has the key to the elevator. This is strictly business, and I'm holding a sale. Free bullets for everybody! The captain was just as worthless as the rest of them, because I didn't even realize I'd killed him until I saw the key pickup on the ground. It's time to put an end to this. Pigman, who we will later know as Pigsy, ambushes us in the elevator, adding another obstacle to my revenge plot. It's a boss fight, and it takes place in the attic. Pigsy here was a good little jump scare when he comes bolting around the corner at me. While everyone before was on defense, Pigsy is on the offense, and you have no weapons. Instead, you have to rely on finding single-use items like wooden spikes and glass shards. One takedown isn't enough, because he'll kick you down to the ground and run away. It takes 3 to finally send him running and begging for his life. Kinda sad when you think about it. More than likely, he was in a similar situation to what you are. You can find him hiding in his room with his back turned. I gave him a good old smack in his dirty ass and he chased me onto a grate. It buckled a bit, sending him running back down the stairs. I repeated what I had just done, and this time the grate gives away. Cash then picks up the chainsaw and chops off his hands, sending him falling to his death.
Send him to hell. Go on.
You bastards are really getting on my nerves. Just one more thing to do. After Starkweather runs out of ammo, I rush him and spilled his guts out. He tries to plead and bargain, but Cash ain't having any of that.
Cash, I made you!
Cash flees from the scene and is never seen again, and he possibly finds solace given the strangely uplifting track during the credits. Manhunt does have a set of bonus scenes, and I'd love to touch on those, but I didn't really take or make the time to unlock them because I'm a lazy bitch. That's a wrap, folks. Another one in the books, my friends, and look at that. It wasn't 2 months apart from my last upload. Speaking of which, my last upload didn't really do so well, view count wise. I'm not sure if people just weren't interested in it or if YouTube just wasn't recommending it, but hey, you win some, you lose some. It's not a big deal. Let's just keep trucking on until I can't anymore. I'm having way too much fun to give up now. So if you enjoyed the video, hit like and subscribe, man. I mean, it really means a lot to me. Now it's time to get started on my next project. I may post a poll about what game should be next on the channel, so be on the lookout for it. Alright guys, I'm gonna get going. Thank you guys for dropping in for a little bit. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you soon.